On the 6th day of military training at the start of the semester, Tang Yan gave a bottle of water to his female bestie. This time, I didn't cry. I calmly proposed breaking up, just because of a bottle of water. Tang Yan chuckled. All right, this time remember to spread it out over a few days. Give me some peace and quiet, his friend teased. Go easy on her, she's so cute, you might lose her to a senior. Tang Yan shook his head. She's just too spoiled. She makes a fuss over the smallest things. Back then, her family had arranged for her to study abroad, but she insisted on being transferred to an obscure major just to attend the same school as me. 3 days of Cold War with me is already her limit. I fell silent. I liked him for 7 years, followed him to the same university, almost throughout my entire teenage years. What he didn't know was you can let go of the wrong person, and you can also start over at the wrong university. I've already started the withdrawal process, applied to universities abroad, and I'll leave as soon as my visa comes through. Tang Yan, I'm really not going to chase after you anymore. Right after we broke up, Tang Yan was the first to block me. That's when his girl bro, Jiang Huan, called. I was still in the middle of deleting photos. My finger moved too fast, and I accidentally hit answer. In the video, a group of people are dining in a private room, very lively, with Miss Tong's temper. Are you sure you blocked her? And she'll still beg you to unblock her. Aren't you afraid this time she'll really give up? Hearing his friend's question, Tang Yan shook his head with a smile and took a sip of his beer. You guys don't get it. Tuanchuan can't be without me. She's never been the sharpest tool in the shed since she was a kid. Her family had her study abroad all planned out, but she insisted on following me to the same university, even if it meant getting shuffled into some obscure major, he confidently said. She can't stay mad at me for more than 3 days. After that, she'll come running back to me. Jiang Huan sat nearby, wearing a crop top. She playfully hugged his shoulder and teased, Wow, our Ian is quite the ladies' man. The boys joked around. Take it easy with the teasing. Your girlfriend is so cute, and it's the start of the semester. She might just get swept off her feet by a senior. Tang Yan curled his lip, utterly unconcerned as he said, Perfect, that'll give me some peace and quiet. Once she realizes no one else compares to me, she might just learn her lesson. Another guy teased, Bro, Tang's got backbone. If I had a sweet little girlfriend like that, I'd put her on a pedestal, let alone block her. Hearing this, Tang Yan sighed, lost in some unknown thought. I'm just a bit annoyed. I cried 4 times in 6 days of military training, and every single time was because of Jiang Huan. She was feeling unwell because of her period, so I just brought her a bottle of water. But she wouldn't listen to reason and started a fight with me again. How can someone be that high maintenance? Jiang Huan shrugged and said understandingly, It's fine, if she doesn't like me, I'll stay far away from you in the future, as long as you two stop arguing. Don't worry, buddy, I absolutely won't put you in a tough spot. The guys immediately started speaking up for her. Tong Yi's temper is indeed a bit too much. Could it be jealousy among girls? Our Huan may have a more masculine personality, but her figure and face are top-notch. Tong Yi is cute, but cuteness pales in comparison to sexiness. Okay, Jiang Huan hasn't spoken yet. Tang Yan frowned. Don't say that. Tuan is my girlfriend, and Jiang Huan is my best buddy. Both of them are very important to me. I didn't really want to split up with Tuanchuan. I just wanted to teach her some patience. She's such a crybaby. Even a god would be driven crazy. I can't take it anymore. I quietly hung up the phone, too. My mood completely sank to the bottom. Just as the small cake from the food delivery arrived, I held the cake, eating it as tears I couldn't hold back began to fall, bitter and sweet. Tang Yan and I grew up together, childhood friends from the very start, from innocent childhood playmates to falling in love, a journey spanning over a decade. Sticking to him had almost become a habit for me, but this time, I truly wanted to end it. It's not what he said. I'll still go to him. Soon after, Mom called. Tuanchuan, you said you want to drop out and go abroad. Are you serious? Yes, I am serious. My mom then asked, what about Tang Yan? Isn't Tuan just eager to go to school with him? Long-distance relationships are no small matter. You need to think it through. It's better not to ask. As soon as I was asked, my nose started to sting again. I struggled to explain that we had already broken up, and finally, I said, I'm sorry, Mom, but I've realized now that I can't force myself to accept a school and a major I have no interest in, not even for Tang Yan. I want to carve out my own path. Two, it's not just for anyone. After my mom heard this, she felt an unexpected sense of relief. Tuanchuan has grown up, she said. I was thinking that as long as you were happy, that was all that mattered. Now it seems that boy Tang Yan just wasn't lucky enough. School abroad doesn't start until next month. And the offer is still valid. Don't worry, there's plenty of time. Mom will get your visa sorted out as soon as possible. Moi, sweetie. I smiled through my tears. Moi. 3. Get your emotions in order. I packed up all the things Tang Yan gave me, took them downstairs to throw away. Just as I stepped out of the dorm, I ran into Tang Yan dropping Jiang Huan off. Jiang Huan was hanging on him, still laughing and playing around. It's just a case of beer. Your dad here can still go 300 rounds with you, Tang Yan. Do you admit defeat? Tang Yan was originally laughing too. He was stunned to see me. Silently, Momo pulled Jiang Huan off of him. He probably thought I'd make a jealous scene like I used to, crying and making a fuss with him for ages, but this time, I just walked past, holding the box. There was no reaction at all. Tang Yan looked at me with a teasing expression and raised his hand to stop me. My dear, you can throw away anything else, but you have to keep that little wood carving. I spent a whole month on that thing last time. If I have to make another one for you, my hands will fall off. I looked at him expressionlessly and said, you're overthinking it. I wouldn't ask an ex for gifts. A faint smile played at the corner of Tang Yan's lips as he gave a nod. All right, as long as you don't regret it. I turned to leave, but Jiang Huan caught my arm. Tongyi, don't get the wrong idea. I had a bit too much to drink tonight, so I asked Ian to drive me home. We're just really close buddies, nothing else. Can you just treat me like a guy? Please, a guy. I got angry. A guy, you had him buy you sanitary pads. A guy, you played couple heroes with him. A guy, you make him buy you milk tea every day. Do you have gender identity issues? If you're sick, go get treated. If you come at me like this again, I really will slap you. Jiang Huan froze. She let out a hollow laugh, her face taking on an expression that was both awkward and aggrieved. I didn't know you'd mind something so trivial. Fine, I'll apologize then, sore. Tang Yan pressed his lips together and pulled her over in one swift motion. Don't you dare apologize to her. She's in college and still acts like a princess. Someone spoiled her rotten. She can throw it away if she wants. I won't be replacing it for her. I didn't waste any time, hurriedly walked over to the trash can and threw the item in with a loud thud. For a return to the dorm, I collapsed into bed and fell asleep, exhausted and disheartened. I had a whole jumble of dreams. Every single one was about Tang Yan. When I was 5, an adult remarked, "My, what a chubby little thing." My vain little heart couldn't take it, and I burst into tears right then and there. Tang Yan hopped down from his dining chair, ran over, and hugged me. It's okay, Tuanchuan is super cute. I like Tuanchuan the best. He gave my cheek a big, smacking kiss. Amidst the grown-ups' amused laughter, I stared at him, dumbstruck, and stopped crying. From innocent childhood chatter to the first stirrings of love, Tang Yan and I grew up together, supporting each other. Before we knew it, more than a decade had passed. He'd always say, crybaby, who else could ever put up with you like I do? And I truly believed he was my forever. That was until Jiang Huan showed up in our sophomore year. When classes were reassigned, she was nothing like me. Jiang Huan was the bad girl in everyone's eyes. She was wild and bold. She had half her short hair braided, sucking on a lollipop while claiming to quit smoking. I can't remember how many times Tang Yan made exceptions for her. All I remember is him saying, "Don't be fooled by Jiang Huan's outgoing personality. In private, she cries a lot. She comes from a difficult family. Her father used to hit her. I've always felt that she and I are the same kind of person. They're all those people who are desperately yearning for liberation." It was like an instant connection. They started going motorcycle riding and skateboarding together, trying all sorts of thrilling extreme sports. And Tang Yan would bring her along when tutoring me, helping her improve her grades. Every time I have a date with Tang Yan, he always gets called away by her for one reason or another. I couldn't help getting angry. "Can you please stop hanging out with her? I don't like her." Tang Yan looked completely bewildered. "The stuff we're doing is way too rough for you. I only left you behind because I was worried you'd get hurt. Don't be mad. I promise I'll hang out with you next time." After that, my crying always gave him a headache. He'd just go off and have his fun with Jiang Huan first, only sauntering back with a cake to placate me once he'd had his fill. He'd say, "All right, crybaby, had enough yet. No one knew, when I broke up with Tang Yan, it wasn't just over a bottle of water. On the second day of military training, when everyone was exhausted and had gone to bed early, Tang Yan secretly slipped out with Jiang Huan to go street racing and didn't come back all night. We had just finished arguing, so I called him countless times, but he never picked up. That was until I scrolled past a local video showing someone who had been in a bike accident. That's when I panicked. That late night, around midnight, in my pajamas, I rushed to the overpass, flustered and disorganized. The car hadn't even come to a complete stop when I flung the door open and fell out. I rolled awkwardly several times on the road. A horrific gash was scraped across my shin, but when I looked up, I saw Tang Yan not far away, holding the frightened Jiang Huan in his arms and soothing her with gentle words. In that moment, I was finally spent. I thought to myself, let it be. One must accept that nothing is absolutely eternal. 2 weeks later, while eating in the cafeteria, I received the news that my visa application had been approved. Mom said the passport is already on its way. If all goes well, I'll be able to leave in 3 days. Just then, Tang Yan and Jiang Huan walked into the cafeteria together. As luck would have it, he was sitting just a few rows ahead of me, with a smug, girlfriend-like air. Jiang Huan dumped all the food she didn't like into Tang Yan's plate. Tang Yan ate absent-mindedly, yet his gaze kept drifting over in my direction. It seems like he's waiting for me to make the first move and break the ice. It's been 2 weeks, and I haven't contacted Tang Yan once. Even when we run into each other, I act like he's invisible. It was the same as always. I picked up my tray and walked away. In the evening, a photo of me eating in the cafeteria was posted on the confession wall. Someone wanted to know if I had a boyfriend. I commented, no. After a while, Tang Yan's account replied below, you've grown bold, baby, claiming you don't have a boyfriend. Because I don't use penguins much, I just realized we haven't deleted each other on QQ. Tang Yan sent a private message. 2 weeks have passed, and the bottle of vinegar you gave me is still here. Our little princess is also getting more temperamental. Go on, tell me you missed me. Right after I made up my mind to break up, Tang Yan was all I could think about, but now, I can face him with a certain degree of calm. Without saying much else, I replied, what's up? If not, I'm deleting this. Alright, go ahead and delete it. Facepalm laugh. Tang Yan's tone was light and casual. He thought I just needed an excuse to back down. How about having dinner together tomorrow? I won't bring Jiang Huan. The National Day holiday is coming up, and we'll have to go home together. You can't avoid seeing me, can you? Be a good boy, Tuan. Listen to me. 6 Even now, Tang Yan still thinks I'm just sulking. It's just that this time, I'm holding on to my anger a bit longer. In the past, if he sweet-talked me a little, I might have just let it go. I'm easy to placate, but that's only if I don't want to break up. I didn't reply and blocked and deleted all of Tang Yan's contacts. Not even the phone number was spared. The next day, Tang Yan cornered me in the cafeteria. Getting bold, aren't we, Tong Yi? I took you off my block list ages ago. You never even noticed, so what's all the fuss about? A playful glint in his eye, he reached for my phone. Hurry up and add your husband back. I swatted his hand away and said loudly, hasn't anyone told you to stay out of your ex's life? No, Tang Yan said with a smirk. My experience tells me that staying any further away would make someone blow a gasket. This time, I was genuinely so angry that I laughed. I turned to leave, but Tang Yan pressed me down into the chair. All right, enough of the drama. You have to at least try the salted duck I went all the way across town to buy for you. Seeing you eat alone yesterday really got to me. Without me around, you don't even have anyone to talk to in this whole school. By the way, have you booked your ticket home for the break? Me? I booked it ages ago. It's just not a ticket home. Send me the flight details later so I can book a seat next to yours. Before I could even speak, Jiang Huan's angry voice cut through the air. Tang Yan, didn't you tell me you had something important to discuss? Sometimes, I really have my doubts. Does Tang Yan's phone have Jiang Huan's location? Otherwise, how does this person always show up precisely to interrupt my conversation with Tang Yan? Tang Yan raised an eyebrow and glanced at her. Yeah, it's important to keep your girlfriend happy. Jiang Huan, however, didn't joke around with him as she usually would. Is that it? Do you have any idea I've been waiting all day for your reply, just so I wouldn't disturb you? Tang Yan paused, saying nothing. Jiang Huan stared at him intently. He said in a tone of disappointment, I knew it. Yeah, placating your girlfriend is more important than your brother here, but we could at least have a meal together, couldn't we? Couldn't I help you smooth things over? Was there any need to keep me in the dark? If you don't want to hang out with me anymore, Tang Yan, just say it. I Jiang Huan, am not the clingy type. With that, Jiang Huan slammed her tray down, she turned and walked away. The whole scene was quite something. Anyone who didn't know better would think she's the wife and I'm the mistress. I'm speechless. Go on, chase after her. I'll just eat alone. There's no need to take your anger out on the food. Once you're abroad, you won't be able to enjoy home-cooked meals anymore. Tang Yan seemed to think I was jealous again and smiled. So generous. Huh, should I really go for it? He leaned in, teasingly examining my expression. I said flatly, go if you want, it's none of my business. He didn't get the reaction he was expecting. Tang Yan was taken aback, then he sighed and continued, you always think I'm being foolish, but the truth is, I just feel sorry for her. That's why I look out for her a little more. No girl willingly becomes the bad girl. You've never lacked for love, so you can't understand. But even though you've never lacked for love, I still love you. Got it. I ignored them and focused on eating the salted duck. Seeing this, Tang Yan's face lit up with satisfaction. Thinking I had been successfully appeased, he snapped a picture of me with my head down, eating. Then, he effortlessly composed a new social media post. For the umpteenth time, I've successfully soothed the little jealous one. 7. Early the next morning, I went to collect the stamped withdrawal application after picking up the school departure notice. There was still a lot to take care of. My phone kept chiming with notifications. It was Tang Yan, using the notes field on an Alipay transfer to talk to me. Transfer, 520 yuan. Hey sleepyhead, are you up yet? Transfer 520 yuan. Why haven't you added me back on WeChat yet? Did you forget? Transfer 520 yuan. I was up all night and exhausted, gazing at the overwhelming transfer notifications. I thought to myself, maybe I should tell him after all. After more than a decade of feelings, it's possible to part ways amicably, but I quickly dismissed that thought. Jiang Huan posted on WeChat. Moments, last night I was speeding and ended up in the hospital. Someone is so worried they're staying on campus during the National Day holiday. /wink. She posted 3 pictures. One was a salted duck on the hospital bedside table. Another was a Princess Carrie view, with Tang Yan's strong arms cradling her knees. The last one showed Tang Yan dozing off at the foot of the bed. Jiang Huan's leg, wrapped in bandages, was casually placed on him, with the sole of his foot just touching his sensitive area. That's why he said he hadn't slept all night. It was because of this. I scrolled through the comments below with a blank expression. My calm heart, which had been at peace for a long time, started to ache again in waves. This is not simple. Why do I feel like there's more than just brotherly love between you two? So adorable, handsome guy, beautiful girl. Brother Huan is just too much of a legend. I heard he only applied to Ningdai University because of you. Is that true, Jiang? Huan replied below, it's true. Honestly, his scores could have gotten him into a better school, but that one was too far away, so he basically dragged his whole family, girlfriend included, along to this university. It's hilarious. Damn, Brother Huan is practically a succubus. LOL. Please start a masterclass. Oh great succubus. An indescribable bitterness washed over me. Only now do I realize Tang Yan chose this university because of Jiang Huan, too. Then what am I? Just a clown. I turned off my phone and went back to packing. Even though my heart ached, I didn't shed another tear. We broke up a long time ago. I won't allow myself to cry over him anymore. It was quite late when Tang Yan came to see me with desserts. Eat up. I have something to do later. I came to tell you to cancel the ticket you bought right away. After careful consideration, since it's only a few days off, there's no need to go back. We can have fun here just the same. Seeing my expression, Tang Yan pondered for a moment. Laughing, what now? Who upset you again? I said. Tang Yan, we've broken up. Don't come looking for me again. We're done. Tang Yan, as if helpless, laughed while taking the macarons out of the packaging. I can't believe you. Look, just cancel the ticket. I'm serious. Don't call me later asking why I didn't come back. We haven't seen much of each other since we had that fight. If you leave me for another 7 days, I'm afraid you'll go full on dark side, you big crybaby. He tried to shove a macaron into my mouth. I stepped back, my face expressionless. I told you, it's over. So whether we're apart for 7 days or 7 years, it's none of my business. I don't care. Got it. Tang Yan looked at me, the color slowly draining from his face. Oh, so it's still not ready. I really don't get it. What are you so angry about? A rare look of annoyance crossed his face. You clearly can't live without me, yet you insist on being so stubborn. Have I spoiled you too much, Tong Yi? Is that why you've become so willful? I raised my voice and said, so, not wanting to stay here with you makes me selfish. You only stayed at school for Jiang Huan's sake. Did you think it was fun to lie to me? Tang Yan, I don't care who you want to go be with, just don't come to me again with your high-sounding excuses, it makes me sick. Tang Yan closed his eyes for a moment, as if finally exhausted. He tossed the dessert bag onto the ground. Yes, Jiang Huan is part of the reason, but be honest, if your close friend was hurt and had no one to look after them, wouldn't you stay to keep them company? If it weren't for the fact that I ignored her to comfort you that day, she wouldn't have gone out to race in a fit of pique. Isn't it my duty to take care of her? There's no need for such drama. Jealousy and rivalry should be kept in check, especially since this is my responsibility. He once again showed that impatient and headache-inducing expression. I'm begging you. Stop arguing over these trivial things. I'm really exhausted. I don't want to say another word to him. Is there anything else? If not, I'm going back to sleep. I turned around and headed back to the dorm. Tang Yan took a deep breath and called out from behind, Tong Yi, it's no fun if you overdo it. I've said what I had to say. Whether you refund the ticket or not, I won't indulge you this time. Think it over carefully. If you want to have a cold war with me for 7 days, don't cry when my relationship with her gets better. 9. Hearing his final threat, I'm a bit annoyed too. Tang Yan is just so sure I can't live without him that he's using Jiang Huan to threaten me, but I'm about to go abroad. Who even cares about him and Jiang Huan? The next day, right at 7 o'clock, I hailed a cab to the airport, 2 suitcases, each weighing a solid 10 kilograms. It was always Tang Yan who helped me carry them before. I used to feel like I couldn't manage without him. Only now do I realize that so many things can actually be done alone. I'll be fine without Tang Yan there. Our 20 minutes until boarding, an unknown number called. It was Tang Yan who borrowed a friend's phone to call me. Master, come down from the dormitory building. I brought you breakfast. The school canteen is closed for the holidays. If you don't come down, I won't be responsible if you go hungry. I replied half-heartedly. I'm not in the dorm. Where are you? At the airport. Tang Yan was silent for a moment. Tuan. Did you listen to what I said yesterday? Listen, you need to get along better with Jiang Huan. Wishing you 99. Tang Yan laughed in anger. He said through gritted teeth, all right, fine, very fine, I swear. Tony, if I humor you again, I'm a dog. I didn't say anything. His friend's voice came from over there. Your girlfriend is really over the top. Don't wait. Tang Yan, Huan is still hungry in the hospital. She wants you to bring her some xiaolongbao. Tang Yan said okay, before hanging up. I said, Tang Yan, if you call me again, I might consider changing this number. Tang Yan let out a scornful laugh, as if I wanted it. 10. After a 10-hour flight, I touched down in the UK. There's so much to do in a new environment. I was caught up in a whirlwind of activity, with hardly a moment to spare for anything else. By the time I had truly settled in, several days had already passed. When I opened WeChat, my Moments feed was practically flooded by Jiang Huan's posts. She had posted a ton of photos, and Tang Yan was in every single one of them. As time went on, their poses in the photos grew increasingly intimate. I even saw a picture of Tang Yan sleeping on his side next to Jiang Huan. That jerk Tang Yan, just because he's tired, he steals the bed from a patient like me. I am a woman, you know, /angry. I stared at the picture, lost in thought for a long time. No matter how close Tang Yan and Jiang Huan were before, they wouldn't be this close. I remember his words. Don't cry when I get closer to her. Probably because he knew I hadn't deleted Jiang Huan's WeChat, so go ahead and do it without any restraint. There was a comment from a mutual friend expressing confusion under Jiang Huan's social media post. Although, doesn't Tang Yan have a girlfriend? This seems a bit inappropriate. Jiang Huan replied, what are you barking about? We broke up ages ago. Keep up the passive-aggressive nonsense and you're getting blocked. I saw it and just laughed it off with a tap of my finger. Jiang Huan was deleted. In the time that followed, I changed my phone number and all my social media accounts, gradually integrating into the new school circle. 2 weeks passed, and my mom called. Her tone was quite exasperated. Honey, didn't you tell Tang Yan you were going abroad? He's been looking for you like crazy. I was taken aback. What's wrong? That kid is something else. A whole week after the holiday ended, he finally realized you never went back to school. When he couldn't reach you, he panicked, thinking something had happened to you, and actually went to the police. Later, he found out from the school that you dropped out. He flew back overnight and showed up at our house, asking if you were repeating the year. I told him you went abroad to study, but he absolutely refused to believe it, saying you never mentioned it to him. I couldn't be bothered to entertain him, so I sent him on his way, but now he comes by every single day, begging me to see you. He gets so worked up he even starts crying. I'm at my wit's end, Tuanchuan. You need to have a proper talk with him and clear things up. I'm speechless. To stop Tang Yan from bothering my mom again, I ended up logging into my old account. The moment I took Tang Yan off my WeChat block list, his video call came through. 11. In just a few days, Tang Yan has completely changed. He exudes a sense of despair, holding a cigarette between his fingers. His eyes are bloodshot, as if he hasn't slept well for several nights. So, what's the situation now? He noticed the daylight outside the window behind me. Tang Yan finally believed that I was no longer in the country. Where on earth have you run off to? I calmly returned his gaze. Tang Yan, I've told you multiple times that we've broken up. I don't need to report to my ex when I go abroad for studies. Stop harassing my mother. Ex. Tang Yan laughed while smoking. As he laughed, his eyes reddened. A bottle of water. Just because of a bottle of water. You've caused such a scene with me. So what? What's the problem? Oh my God. Oh my God. Tang Yan cried and laughed. How can there be such a person in the world? I just can't understand it. You were so desperate to go to the same school as me, and now you're telling me that just because I gave someone else a bottle of water, you're going to drop out and go abroad, without even saying a word to me the whole time? Is that how you are, Tong Yi? I'm telling you, I won't accept it. I absolutely won't accept it. Me? But you agreed to break up too, that time. Doesn't count. I thought you were just being moody like before, so I agreed. What you think doesn't concern me. I don't accept his explanation either. Tang Yan, just as you're tired of my tears, I'm tired of crying for you over and over again. My limits have been exhausted. Tang Yan stood there in shock. When did I ever say I was tired of your crying? I chuckled coldly. What? You've forgotten what you said yourself, that day. Jiang Huan called me on video but didn't speak, so I assumed it was a mistake. But the things you said in the private room, I heard them loud and clear. A crybaby, even a god would be annoyed to death. Tang Yan was panicking. That was just a joke I made. If I really annoyed you, I wouldn't keep making up with you again and again. I'm used to you messing with me, and I've always been tolerant of whatever you want to do. But this time, why did you take it seriously? Tuan, I really can't figure it out. When you didn't contact me for 2 weeks, I was really upset inside. I kept thinking you'd reach out to me on your own. Isn't that how we used to be? Why did you think I was annoying you? When I found out you hadn't gone back to school, I nearly lost my mind. I was terrified something had happened to you, that you were hurt. I called every single friend, desperately asking if they'd seen you. It never once crossed my mind that you would just fucking leave without a second thought and go abroad, of all things. Tuanchuan, how could you be so cruel? Tang Yan's eyes were red, tears streaming down his face. I was too agitated to look any longer. Are you quite finished? If you have nothing better to do, go find your good buddy and have a heart-to-heart. I'm going to eat. A bitter smile crossed Tang Yan's lips. You're still hung up on Jiang Huan. That means you still care about me, right? Me? Don't block me. This is my last resort. Tang Yan said hoarsely. Don't force me to fly over to find you. Tuan, crazy. I hung up the video call, speechless. 12. I believe Tang Yan is absolutely capable of doing something like that. It's just a WeChat contact. Fine, let him keep it anyway. I've muted the notifications, so I won't be replying anymore. For 3 days straight, I've been showing off delicious meals on my social media. My mom picked up on the pattern and curiously pressed me about who was cooking. I vaguely told her it was a guy I share an apartment with, also an international student. One night, because I wasn't used to the local food, I was so hungry that I was quietly making moo-moo sounds in the living room. My roommate, with messy hair, opened the door with an impatient expression. With a grumpy but handsome face, he made me a bowl of tomato and egg noodles in the kitchen. I drank every last drop of the soup. Ever since then, he's invited me over every time he cooks. His name is Chi Yao. We're regular meal buddies now. My mom chuckled. After class, I went to the supermarket and bought some pork ribs for my roommate to stew. As soon as I reached I saw Tang Yan waiting there. 13. Tang Yan was holding a cake. After thinking carefully, I realized I hadn't told anyone except my mom where I live. He probably figured out the exact location from a photo on social media. Tang Yan looked intently at my face and said, "You've lost weight." I was at a loss for words. I was too embarrassed to tell him that my roommate had actually been feeding me so well I'd gained a pound these past few days. I know you don't want to see me, but I still want to come. Tang Yen took out his phone and showed me the chat history on the screen. I've already cut ties with Jiang Huan. Can you forgive me now? So what? I said. It's over between us. Don't bother me again. Tang Yan's whole demeanor slumped again. I'm begging you. Don't talk to me like this. With red-rimmed eyes, he grabbed my hand, his voice hoarse. Hit me, slap me a few times. Do whatever it takes to calm your anger. Just don't break up with me. I was really fed up, so I forcefully pushed him away. I also threw that cake far away. Is it even worth talking about this now? What were you doing earlier? Tang Yen, you kept telling Jiang Huan that I'm a spoiled princess and that I cry a lot, but you know very well that I was pampered by my family since I was a child. I've never been wronged in my life, except because of you. I've cried countless times because of you, and in the end, it was only because I couldn't bear to let you go that I begged you to make up. You said you were afraid I wouldn't get into a good school, so even though your scores could have gotten you into a better one, you chose a university within my reach. Do you have any idea how happy that made me? I wanted nothing more than to stay together, and then I found out the real reason you chose Ningdai University was because of Jiang Huan. You're a real pro at playing both sides, aren't you? You made me, your girlfriend, look like a complete joke. Tang Yan's pupils dilated with shock, his mouth fell open, but no words came out. We fought on the second day of military training. I told myself not to make a big deal out of it, but you avoided me. You wouldn't answer my calls. In the end, it was your roommate who told me you went biking with Jiang Huan. That night, I cried my eyes out, worried sick about you. I fell and scraped my leg on the road. And you, what were you doing? You were holding Jiang Huan, comforting her. Tang Yen shook his head, completely shattered. I'm sorry. Tuanchuan, really sorry. I didn't know. I didn't hear back then. Jiang Huan was scared again. He still wanted to get closer. I'd had enough, so I slapped him. Tang Yen stood there, tears streaming down his face, stunned. You say you don't know, but you're really enjoying it, aren't you? Justifying that she's just a brother, justifying your closeness with her, and you don't have to take any responsibility anyway. Don't act like you don't know how excessive her social media posts are. Tang Yen, you're absolutely disgusting. I turned to leave. Tang Yen grabbed me tightly. I swear, I never liked her, not even a little bit. Those photos on social media were just to make you jealous. I swear, Tuan, we've been through so much together. I can't just let go. I won't talk to any other woman again. I promise I won't let you suffer anymore. Please, don't break up with me. I'm begging you. Tang Yen is now crying uncontrollably, completely losing his composure. He's no longer the elegant gentleman he once was. I couldn't shake him off, so I just stood there and cursed at him for another 10 minutes until Chi Yao, wearing an apron and looking furious, came down to find me. Dinner, if you don't come up now, you won't even get the chicken bones. I'm busy. Let him take the ribs up first. Chi Yao, not eating again. You asked for passion fruit durian shaved ice and spicy turkey noodles with crispy fried chicken. I went to a lot of trouble to prepare it, and now you're not eating. I thought about it, and it really isn't good, so I decided to go up and eat after all. Tang Yen still wouldn't let go. Tuan, who is he? Chia walked over and pushed him aside, rolling his eyes, snotty and teary. What melodrama are you acting out? 14, with schoolwork to handle. Tang Yen can't stay with me for long, yet. He still comes to see me every weekend. He doesn't do anything. He just stands quietly downstairs and waits. Every time Chi Yao and I appear together, he would disdainfully size the other person up and sneer, there are so many flies. Chiao was carrying groceries. He nudged me. He's calling you shit. Me, Tang Yen keeps pestering me like this. I'm starting to consider moving. Since I missed the dorm application, I had to rent a place near the school, but it seems there's an empty dorm room recently. My roommate, who usually eats with me, didn't say a word when he found out. He silently chopped meat on the countertop with thunderous noise. We didn't speak to each other all day. Finally, Chiao still came over with a sour face and asked me, do you want some spicy hot pot? I felt a bit awkward and said, no, thanks, I'm on a diet lately. Chia thought seriously, how about I make you a low-fat version? Say, alright, I said, while eating his mild broth mala tang. Chia said, if that ex of yours shows up again, I can help deal with it. You don't have to move out just because of him. Me, how to solve this? Chia chuckled softly but said nothing. I'm not sure what specific method he used, however. Tang Yen indeed Didn't show up for a month, only his phone kept sending messages, stubbornly and futilely sharing his daily life with me. Another month has passed, I deleted him, because I accepted Tang Yan's confession. 14. When Tang Yan came to see me again, it was 8 o'clock in the evening. Qiao and I were beaching on the balcony off the living room. The atmosphere was just right, and Qiao suddenly moved closer. He awkwardly asked if he could kiss me. A notification buzzed on my phone. It was a text from an unknown number. Don't kiss him, 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 please. I know who it is. I glanced downstairs, but I also want to fully say goodbye to my first love and step into a new relationship. So when Qiao leaned in to kiss me, I closed my eyes. 15. It said that Tang Yan was caught in the rain all night that evening. He fell ill right after returning home. It's also said that Jiang Huan drove recklessly on the highway late at night multiple times. Because of Tang Yan, ended up breaking a leg. Tang Yan never even bothered to visit her during winter break. Qiao and I returned to China. I also brought someone home to meet my mom. My mom, however, only noticed my fuller cheeks and chuckled. You really are a little dumpling now. Qiao looked unbearably proud. At the dinner table, my mom brought up Tang Yan. He mentioned he's going on a student exchange to the UK in his sophomore year. The university isn't far from you, actually. I shrugged, not really paying it any mind. At most, I could point him toward the best Chinese restaurants in the area. Anything beyond that is out of the question. Why dwell on the past? It only brings more trouble. One should look forward. What are you thinking about? Qiao smiled very kindly, whispered menacingly in my ear. I guarantee he won't see you, I warned. Qiao, you're not allowed to act recklessly again. Qiao snorted. But who knows what mischief he's plotting in his mind? Don't even mention it. This style is definitely more satisfying to discuss.